We cannot speak of sovereignty while our people sleep in fear. That is why we are building not just walls, but trust. A police station in every province for every citizen. Security must be national, not foreign. Or safety will never be imported, it must be built by our own hands.
In a time when Africa is redefining its destiny, when the winds of change are blowing through the Sahel like never before, Burkina Faso is rising not just with guns and flags, but with bricks, blueprints, and bold reforms. This is not just a story of politics. This is the story of a leader building a legacy of security, independence, and national pride, one police station at a time. Welcome to Afrique Vibe News, where we uncover the real heartbeat of Africa's rebirth, away from foreign narratives and media distortions. Today's headline: Ibrahim Traoré has launched the most ambitious police station construction program in Burkina Faso's modern history. Yes, you heard that right. The young revolutionary leader, often called the people's captain, is once again defying expectations, laying the foundation for a safer and sovereign nation. This isn't just a few scattered buildings in urban centers. We're talking about hundreds of police stations, from bustling cities to the most remote villages, ensuring that no Burkinabé citizen is left behind. Traoré is not just rebuilding the security sector, he's reimagining it. And in today's exclusive deep dive, we'll uncover how this project is restoring community trust, empowering local policing, creating jobs, and ultimately, protecting the future of a nation on the rise. So buckle up, share this video, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Because what's happening in Burkina Faso is not just national news, it is a blueprint for African freedom. For years, the concept of security in Burkina Faso, like many former colonies, has been controlled and funded externally. Police forces were underpaid, under-equipped, and underappreciated. Worse, many stations were centered in major cities, leaving rural communities to fend for themselves against threats from bandits, extremists, and even corrupt local elites. Under Ibrahim Traoré, however, a seismic shift is happening. This police station construction initiative is not just a construction plan. It is a symbolic and structural break from the past. It signals the end of dependency on foreign military intervention and a return to localized, community-centered protection. But Traoré isn't simply creating outposts of force. He's planting seeds of stability. Each police station comes with a modernized infrastructure: solar power to ensure energy independence, digital crime reporting systems to improve transparency, gender-sensitive facilities to support female officers and protect vulnerable citizens, and integrated community centers to promote dialogue, not just arrests. In a continent where security architecture is often top-down and foreign-trained, Traoré is doing something refreshingly African: decentralizing power and building trust. In a speech delivered in Ouagadougou, Traoré made his intention clear: we cannot claim sovereignty if we still depend on others to protect our mothers, our children, and our lands. A free country must build its own shield, and that shield must rise from our own soil. This philosophy is what powers the nationwide police station program. It's not just about law enforcement, it's about nation building. For decades, international donors and security coalitions claim to offer protection in exchange for allegiance. But the results? More conflict zones, more coups, more internal displacement, and more disillusionment. By investing directly in public security infrastructure, Traoré is saying Burkina Faso will no longer outsource safety. This move aligns with broader reforms across the country, including the nationalization of natural resources, the revitalization of local agriculture, and the creation of youth training academies. Security, in Traoré's doctrine, is not separate from development, it is the foundation of it. According to government sources and recent reports covered by Afrique Vibe News, the initial phase of the program involves constructing 400 police stations across all 13 regions of Burkina Faso. Each site is customized to meet the unique challenges of its environment. Here's a breakdown of the rollout. Phase 1 completed 50 pilot police stations built in major urban centers like Ouagadougou, Bobo-Dioulasso, Kédougou, and Fada-Ngourma. Phase 2, ongoing 200 rural and semi-rural police stations in high-risk and underserved zones. Phase 3, Upcoming 150 mobile and hybrid police units designed for nomadic regions and borderlands. Each police station is equipped with armored patrol vehicles, communication towers, localized emergency alert systems, rehabilitative spaces for offenders. This is not just about clamping down on crime. It's about rebuilding a relationship between the people and the state. One of the most powerful side effects of this initiative is job creation. Afrique News spoke to multiple contractors and laborers involved in the first 50 stations. On average, each construction project employed 100 to 150 local workers, many of whom were previously unemployed youth or displaced citizens returning to their home communities. The ripple effect is enormous. Local carpenters, bricklayers, and welders are getting steady work. Women-led food stalls are feeding workers daily at construction sites. Small businesses like plumbing, electronics, and furniture manufacturing are booming. In regions where extremism once offered the only economic lifeline, the police station program is now providing real alternatives to radicalization. As one young welder told Afrique News, "Before this, I thought I'd have to leave the country to find work. But now, I'm helping build something that will protect my family." Traoré's police stations are not just military-style bunkers. They're hubs for community policing. And that starts with new recruitment policies. Under this new program, 70% of officers must be recruited from the same regions they serve. Officers are required to speak at least 2 local dialects. Regular community engagement meetings are mandated. Special training is given in conflict resolution, children's rights, and anti-corruption laws. The days of faceless officers in dark uniforms showing up once there's a problem? Over. Now, these new officers are being trained to prevent conflict, not just respond to it. They are sons and daughters of the soil, serving their own people with dignity. Ibrahim Traoré launches nationwide police station construction program to secure Burkina Faso's future. Anytime an African nation dares to build its own future, especially in matters of security, foreign powers begin to panic. And that's exactly what we're seeing here. The West, especially former colonial powers, has long positioned itself as the gatekeeper of African security. NATO-funded NGOs, UN observers, and anti-terror coalitions have flooded the region for decades with soldiers, consultants, and consultants of consultants. Yet violence only worsened. Now Traoré is showing that sovereign security is possible, that Burkina Faso can build, train, and manage its own police force, without foreign aid, without foreign troops, and without foreign advisors. This direct challenge to Western dominance has triggered a range of reactions. Accusations that the police stations are militarizing civil society, allegations of human rights concerns, and threats to cut international funding to Burkina Faso. But as Afrique News has consistently reported, these criticisms are not about concern for the Burkinabé people. They are about losing control. Because if one country can secure itself, others will follow, and the empire of dependency will crumble. Afrique News dispatched reporters across 4 provinces, Yatinga, Ganzurgu, Bouclé du Mouhoun, and Sahel region, to interview citizens living near newly constructed police stations. Here's what they had to say. A grandmother in Teteo. "We used to sleep in fear. Now, we see the uniforms of our own sons walking the streets. I sell porridge near the station. We feel protected again." A teenage girl in Zinière. "Before, girls were scared to go to school. Now, there's a patrol every morning. My father says this is the first time he believes in our government." A farmer in the east. "They didn't just build a station, they built toilets, a water tap, and a meeting hall. It's more than security. It's dignity." These aren't just testimonials. They are living proof that Traoré's strategy is connecting the state to its people again. The police are no longer symbols of fear, but guardians of peace. Traoré isn't hiding this plan. He's inviting African leaders, especially those from the Sahel Alliance, Mali, Niger, to observe and replicate it. Already, Mali's transitional government has sent delegations to Ouagadougou to study the architectural designs and training protocols. Niger's military leadership is considering a joint regional policing academy to train officers from all 3 countries under a Pan-African framework. This initiative is bigger than just Burkina Faso. It's becoming a model for regional security autonomy, reduced dependency on foreign troops, cross-border cooperation for crime prevention, Traoré is proving that African unity starts with African-built institutions. And the police station initiative might be the first brick in the Sahel's road to full sovereignty. The buildings themselves are a point of pride. Burkinabé architects have designed the police stations with local culture and sustainability in mind. Key features include compressed earth bricks to reduce cost and reliance on imports, natural ventilation systems to avoid dependency on air conditioning, murals and emblems reflecting local heritage and national pride, green spaces to serve as community gardens and public areas. In Bobo del Lasso, for example, a new station features solar-paneled rooftops, rainwater collection tanks, and a native tree nursery in its courtyard. This isn't just functional, it's visionary. It shows how public infrastructure can also be educational, environmental, and cultural. Afrique Vibe News applauds the leadership for not just building buildings, but beacons, structures that represent a new African philosophy of development, practical, inclusive, and self-sustaining. Building police stations is one thing. Reforming how the law is enforced is another. And Ibrahim Traoré is doing both. In his latest national address, he declared, "There will be no peace if justice is sold. Every police officer, every chief, every administrator must serve the people or face the law themselves." Under his directive, a new internal auditing department has been added to the Ministry of Security. Their mission? To investigate complaints against police officers in real time. Backed by a public mobile app launched in March 2025. Early results are promising. 38 corrupt officers have already been suspended. Bribe reports dropped by 47% in the newly established zones. Citizen confidence in local police has risen to 81%, according to a University of Ouagadougou study. Traoré is walking the talk. And for the first time in decades, justice is no longer something to fear, but something to believe in. One of the most remarkable parts of the police station program is the integration of civic education. Each station includes a small multi-use hall where students are taught about the Constitution and their rights. Local leaders host weekly forums on conflict prevention. Community members report infrastructure issues like broken roads or stolen equipment. The police aren't just responders. They are now educators and facilitators of public welfare. And this is no coincidence. Traoré understands that security begins with understanding, not intimidation. In an interview exclusive to Afrique Vibe News, Minister of Public Security Issa Cabaret stated, "We're not training warriors. We're training servants of peace." In a world where many nations claim independence but rely on foreign armies to patrol their borders, Traoré is redefining what true sovereignty looks like. He's building more than stations. He's building presence. Every brick laid is a message to the people. You are not alone. Your state is with you. Every patrol is a promise. We will protect you without strings, without foreign permission. And every officer recruited is a revolution in motion. Proof that Africa can train its own protectors, judge its own wrongs, and shape its own peace. Simulated Ibrahim Traoré voice. Our people have cried for protection, not just from bullets, but from injustice. This is why we are building a station in every province, a voice in every village, and a shield made by our own hands. We will not borrow safety. We will build it. For us, by us. Here at Afrique Vibe News, we will continue to bring you the real stories of African leaders, communities, and revolutions that mainstream media ignores. What Ibrahim Traoré is doing in Burkina Faso today is not just news, it is history unfolding. And we are here to document every step of the journey. So, if you believe in an Africa that protects its own, if you believe in leadership through action, not slogans, if you believe in sovereignty with security, then like this video, share it with 5 friends, and hit subscribe because the rise of a new Africa is just beginning. From Ouagadougou to the world, this is Afrique Vibe News. We don't follow the headlines. We create them.